everyone, it's Kumi here, and I'm here to take you through today's workout. We will be doing abs and cardio today. It's going to be about 27 minutes, so grab a mat and find some space, and we're going to jump straight into it. Right, so today's warm-up is going to be 3 Tabatas consisting of 3 rounds. Remember to stretch yourself out first before you begin. So let's jump straight into it. Well, you should be nice and stretched out by now. So let's get into the movements for today. First off, we'll be starting with the V-up. Okay, we're going to go for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So let's get into the movement quickly. First off, you're going to get down, your hands and feet off the ground like so. You're going to come up, trying to get your hands to reach your toes, and then come straight back down. What you want to focus on during this movement is you want to focus on pushing your belly button into the ground and trying to get those hands to reach your toes. If you can't get all the way up to your toes, get as high up your leg as possible. You're going to go for this. Do this movement for 20 seconds, then at 10 seconds, you will rest. Alright, straight after that, everybody, we are going to go into a bicycle. So bicycle, you're going to assume the hollow position, this time with your hands behind your head, just to support your head, and we are going to go opposite knee to opposite elbow, and you're going to try alternate that for as many times as possible during the 20 seconds. What you want to focus on is keeping that leg that isn't working as straight as possible and trying to get that elbow to touch your knee. Also, having your hips nice and firm on the ground. You don't want them to be coming up like this. And we're going to go for that for another 20 seconds. So you're going to push and then rest for 10. And then straight after that rest, you are going to go back to the top. You're going to do it another 2 times, so 2 more rounds of that, and then yeah, we'll get into the next movement. So pause the video right here, and then we'll get into your next set of movements. Alright everybody, so hopefully you've done those first 2 movements, 3 rounds of each, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're moving into our second set now, which is going to be, the first movement is going to be sit-ups. Okay, so we're going for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. First off, you're going to have your feet in butterfly position. You'll be touching the ground in front of you, then coming back and touching the ground behind you, trying to use your core to bring yourself up. If you find that this is too easy for you, you can go cross arm and then come up and then bring it straight down. You're going to go for as many reps as possible for the 20 seconds, and then we will go into your rest 10, and then we'll go into our next movement, which are flutter kicks. Flutter kick, you're going to assume also that hollow body position, right, but this time shoulders on the ground, hands underneath your bum, and feet straight out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kick up and down like so, keeping those toes nice and pointed. Alright, try to keep your head nice and neutral, so I prefer it like this. Alright, and you're going to just keep it nice and controlled at a moderate pace for 20 seconds, and then you're going to go have another 10-second rest, and then you're going to repeat that sit-ups and flutter kicks for another 2 rounds. Pause the video right here, and then we'll get into do your stuff, and then we'll get back into the final 2. Okay everybody, so we're going to get into our 3rd and final round of Tabata. Our last 2 movements for the day for this warm-up will be, first off, we're going into what we call the side-to-side plank. So all you want to do is you want to get your feet out like so, feet nice and flat on the ground. We're lying down flat like so. Keep your head nice and comfortable, hands by your sides, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be coming down and trying to touch those heels, contracting your oblique muscles. Those are those mountain tops on the side over here, and we're just going to go for that for the whole 20 seconds, and you're going to push, right, making sure that you keep your core nice and tight. You can either have your head up like so, or bring it down. But what you want to really focus on is keeping those shoulders on the ground and trying to get your hands to your heels. Okay, straight after that, you get a 10-second rest, and then we are going to assume the plank position and do planks with a hip dip. So this is what it looks like. First off, we're going to get down into plank. Remember, elbows underneath your shoulders, and then feet straight out, maintaining a good neutral spinal position. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go down and up and down and up. Okay, remember, keep your core nice and tight and use your core to come and bring you up. Try not to use your elbows to help lever your way up. But if you'll find that as you go through the rounds, you will start getting tired. If you are struggling in the plank position, first off, bring those hands together to form that triangle. But if you still are getting really tired, you can do it on your knees. You'll still work yourself quite a bit. Alright, just make sure that you feel that stretch in those obliques, those side muscles over there, and carry on like that. We're going to go for 20 seconds on, then you get a 10-second rest, then you'll move back to the side-to-side crunches, then back to the plank with the dip, and then do that one more time, and then straight after that, we're going to get into the workout. So, pause the video right here, and then we're going to jump straight into our movements for the workout. Hopefully you're nice and warm now, everybody, and hopefully those abs feel really good. We're going to jump straight into our workout right now. The name of the workout is body weight, and as you know, we've been doing the body weight series. We just started it yesterday. Today is episode 2 of the second season, so let's jump straight into it. First off, it's going to be a minute of 5 movements, and you'll have a minute's rest after each round, and we're going for 3 rounds. Right, the first movement we'll be doing is the inchworm, okay? So we're going to be doing it nice and stationary today so that we don't have to move around quite a bit. So for the whole minute, you're going to be doing the inchworm, which looks like this. You're going to stand up nice and straight, and then you're going to go down. Try keep those legs back and keep them nice and straight so that you can get that nice stretch in your hamstrings. And we're going to go down, touch the ground, and you'll walk your hands away from your feet till you are in push-up position. You'll do a push-up either on your toes, getting the chest to the ground, or on your knees, just one. Straight after that, you'll walk your hands back to your feet, stand up, stretch a thing, and then go back down. Alright, we're trying to see how many reps we can do within the minute, so you want to do this at quite a moderate pace, and just keep going because this is our cardio workout for today. So, now that we've gone over the intro, we're going to go to our second movement, which is the burpee, everybody's favorite movement. So, remember with the burpee, you're going to come down, hands to the ground. You're going to either jump back into push-up, or you're going to step back into push-up like so. You'll do a push-up on your toes or on your knees, making sure your chest gets to the ground. As soon as you reach that top push-up position again, you're going to jump forward, making sure that your knees are outside your hands, and then jump up. Alright, and we are trying to do as many reps as possible within the minute, so you want to go at a nice moderate pace. What you just need to remember is when you're doing your burpee, make sure that your hands stay in one place as you go down and up, and also that you get your chest to the ground. Alright, so that is our second movement. We're going to jump straight into our third movement. Okay, so our third movement for today is the side squat. So, how we do the side squat? Quite simple. You're going to have your feet out, just outside your shoulder, okay, outside of shoulder width, and you're going to point those toes out as if you were doing a squat. Now, the same rules of a squat apply here, meaning that you're going to have your weight on your heels, knees tracking the toes. You're going to keep a nice lumbar curve, and you're going to do your best to break parallel. But it's only going to be done on one leg. So this is what it looks like. Before we go down into the squat, we're going to initiate it by pushing our hips back and getting that bend in the one knee. And then you're going to come down, breaking parallel, and then come up. Alright, now what you can do with the extended leg that isn't working is you can either keep that foot flat, or you can have that heel coming up nice and high. Just make sure that your weight is on your heels and you are breaking parallel, keeping that chest up. You don't want to be hunched over like so, and then come up. And then we are going to just alternate that for the whole minute, and you're going to see how many you can do like so, and then yeah. Going to get a nice leg burn because it's been leg day for the past 2 days. We're going to get into our next movement right. Alright everybody, we're getting to our second to last movement, which is the glute bridge. We're going to be working your bum a bit. So how you're going to get into that is you're going to lie down like so, feet about shoulder width apart, so just underneath your shoulders, and you want that weight mostly on your heels, hands by your side. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on keeping our shoulder blades on the ground, and we're going to squeeze our glutes. That's how we'll initiate the movement, by squeezing our glutes, and we're going to bring our hips up, and you're just going to achieve full extension, trying to get a nice straight line from that knee all the way down to your chest. Then you're going to go back down. Right? And you're going to squeeze those glutes up and down, and you're going to work on that for the whole minute. If you feel like I'm not getting as much work done in this position, bring your feet slightly closer and carry on like that, and then also bring them up a bit wider, just making sure that you flare those toes out as you do the glute bridge. Also, what you want to avoid is hyperextending the back. By hyperextending, I mean as you come up, you start to break that lumbar curve in your back, and you push up too high. That will put a lot of pressure on your back. Just squeeze your glutes till you only get till you can't go up anymore, and then come back down. Alright, we just want to get to that full range of motion, get a nice squeeze at the top and then down. Alright, you're going to go for a whole, do that for a whole minute, see how many reps you can do, and then we will get into our fourth and final movement straight after this one. Okay everybody, now we're going to go for our fifth movement. Alright, just remember, I've just been showing you the movements now. Please don't do them for a minute and then come back in a minute and come back. Alright, we're just doing, what's about time to say this, but still, it's fine. Alright, we're just doing the final movement, then I'm going to go over all the movements, and then straight after that, you can get into the workout by yourself at home. If you are getting lost, just go back to whatever part of the video and just watch the explanation again. So, our final movement is our plank jump. So, you're going to assume plank position. Remember, you want your elbows underneath your shoulders and feet out nice and straight. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump out and in, out and in. Now just remember with the plank jump, you want to keep your hips nice and low, and you can do that by keeping your core tight and squeezing those glutes coming out and in. What most people do is they have their butt up in the air and they do it like that, or they have a lot of jarring in their hips. You want to keep your hips quite stationary as you do the plank jump. So you're going to go through that for the whole minute, and then you'll have a minute's rest straight after that. Alright everybody, so we're going to go have a quick recap of the workout. First off, just remember it is a minute to minute of 3 rounds, and in each minute to minute round you will have 5 movements with a minute's rest at the end. So it's basically 5 minutes a round with a minute rest. So just the movements again. You're first going to go for a minute of inchworm. Remember, you're going to come down, walk those hands away from your feet, do your push-up on your toes or on your knees, walk back, come straight up, and then carry on like that for the whole minute without any rest. In between the minutes, you will go straight into burpees. Remember, jump down, back, and up, and you're going to go for as many reps as possible. Straight after that, you're going into side squats for a whole minute. Remember, feet outside shoulders, toes pointing slightly out. Push that bum back, keep that knee behind your toes, and you're going to go from side to side for that whole minute. Then straight after that, we're going on the ground for glute bridges, feet shoulder width apart. Keep those shoulders down, squeeze those glutes to achieve full extension, then come down, and you're going to go for that for the whole minute. Then finally, we're going to get into plank position and do those plank jumps like so. Hands underneath, elbows underneath shoulders, in that plank position, out and in, trying to keep that bum as low and stationary as possible. Alright, when it comes to timers, we recommend the interval timer. I will send the link on the group so that everybody can have it, and yeah, it's quite easy to set. For the minute to minute rounds, you are going to just set 5 working sets, and then after those 5 working sets, you will just have to go onto your phone and time the 1 minute rest. Make sure you're disciplined and not have a 5 or 10 minute rest, but a 1 minute rest. That is it from me and the Keeper team. We will see you tomorrow for another workout.